following program may contain coarse language, suggestive dialogue, and discussion of violent imagery and sexual situations. It is intended for mature listeners who can tell the difference between facts and opinions.
We're saying it was aliens. It was definitely aliens on this episode of the Toonami Faithful podcast. I am your host, Sketch, and with me I have...
Albus, the founder of ToonamiFaithful.com.
And...
Editorial writer, Laser Kid.
And bringing up the rear.
Streaming Steven, working the streams.
Well, this week we are talking about Dawn to Dawn and Dragon Ball Daima. And we only have one episode left of Dawn to Dawn after this. And it's just going to rerun. So let's talk about that news. We got some schedules. Surprising no one, there will be a marathon the Saturday before Halloween.
Shocker.
And I'm sure nobody is really surprised that they chose to marathon Uzumaki.
That fits.
They're maybe not as ashamed of that as people might think.
Maybe they should have just done Housing Complex C, but that's just me.
I mean, I would love
They
that.
should have done both.
Hell yeah.
Agreed.
By the way, I think I don't know if that sale is still going, but on Vudu or Fandango at home, you can get all of Housing Complex C for $5, which is about what you should pay for Housing Complex C.
Yeah. No, that's...
I'm not saying that because it's bad. I'm just saying that it's four episodes.
Yeah.
So $4.99 seems reasonable.
By the way, you sound a lot better today, Sketch. Why is that?
Oh, that would be because Paul gifted me a new microphone. Thank you very much, Paul.
It's quite beautiful, isn't it? You're welcome. It's quite beautiful, isn't it?
It's the same one you have. We're twinsies.
We're twinsies. Oh my god.
Yay.
Wait, doesn't somebody else have it too?
No, I don't think so.
No? I thought one of our other friends had this same one.
They might have it. I watched too much TikTok and I kept seeing this mic on several influencers. Like streams
now that
and whatever.
you mention it, yeah, I've definitely seen the HyperX on a number of people's.
Well, and here's the problem.
streams.
There was like 50 different ones, and I'm like, I got to figure out which one's the better one. And then I saw which one most of them are using. I'm like, okay, well, I see a lot of great reviews on this on both Walmart and Amazon. I love how I'm advertising for this right now. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna try
A
it. And ever
HyperX
since
microphone. This isn't even one of our ads that you might be saying.
Don't worry, I'll
on
put this up on
Twitch.
TikTok so we can make some money.
If you want to hear
Hey.
more of the HyperX microphone, listen to the Toonami Faithful podcast.
Exactly.
I
But
guess.
getting back to what we were talking about, yeah. So okay. So I mean, what we're in just into October at this point. I guess I'm not surprised that we're not getting season 2 yet. I'm sure there's a reason for that, namely probably the budget. So
And so they can
I'm-
rerun season 1.
yeah, and I'm sure that's I'm sure that's not. I'm sure that's the reason at this point.
I mean, it just came
I'm-
out over the summer, so I'm not too surprised.
I'm kind of praying.
But I was hoping.
I'm
really hoping.
praying because I don't think I don't know if it's gonna happen. I mean, we know One Punch Man has just been announced today, literally, that it's
For Hulu.
streaming like
Yeah.
everywhere worldwide. Like literally, I feel like each streamer has a small piece of it somewhere in the world.
Yeah, kind of.
But it's interesting that the dub hasn't been that they haven't said anything about the dub. And
Other
What's
than
even
that,
more-
there will be a dub, and it's got no significant recasts.
Right. And the other interesting part is you have not only, well, I mean, Don to Don is going to be done after this weekend coming up for season 1 at least.
Hmm.
And then you have Daima has what, a couple more episodes left?
Yeah.
So you're sitting here going, are you sons of bitches getting One Punch Man and one of these shows is going to get replaced by it? Or are we just going to play rerun land until the end of the year?
Odds are kind of 50-50, I'd say.
Yeah.
We were a little spoiled over the spring and the summer, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they don't have anything left in the tank.
I mean,
On the other
I'm
hand, who knows?
I'm really hoping Sketch will finally let me do another state of the Toonami world, universe, whatever, because I have a lot to say about that. But suffice to say, one thing I can
Do
say
you
really quick. What's that?
Do you now?
I do. My voice needs to be heard, Sketch. Oh, and by
I
the
see.
way, my other job ends at the end of October for 5 or 6 months, so I have time. so
Okay, then.
so Paul would like to have another state of Toonami if everyone is in agreement at some point, because I really think, which is it's all good, at least in my opinion. But to kind of give you a little preview of what I want to say, like, if it was just all these shows, like Daima, Bleach, Don to Don, if this was all it was, I probably would sit here and say to you, nah, I'm still a little skeptical. But the fact that we got new graphics, makes me go, okay, I'm a little bit more confident that I can say that Toonami's not going anywhere anytime soon. Not that I
That
thought
is
that was
very reassuring for sure.
The
yes.
networks got a lot of potential futures.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be the only red herring, so to speak.
Which is a fair reason to say not spend any more money on Toonami for a bit, but they got shows coming next year, so there's really no reason to slow down right now.
Well, Sketch, I'm really trying not to make this podcast long, but you're making me want to speak more. But
Resist
let
the
me
urge.
try to let me just try to keep it simple, because you're killing me here.
Oh,
And by the way, I will be coming out with an article about Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, because I'm about to use that as something. But
Ooh.
I'm really hoping that Warner Brothers is seeing what Infinity Castle is doing. Not that, and let me bring it back just a little bit. Warner Brothers Discovery in the world of movie theaters right now is killing it. It's killing it, not with
they had a
anime
very good
movies.
year.
They've had a really good year. They were within budget with their movies, and they were able to make really good profit on all of those movies. Weapons, Conjuring 4. I'm not gonna list them all because I'm gonna forget one, but they're just examples of movies that have done like huge numbers that shouldn't be doing huge numbers, and they don't have a huge budget.
Sinners was huge.
Sinners was huge. Yeah, I can't forget that one. So the point I'm trying to make is you see where Sony's trying to go, because they're like, well, we have Crunchyroll, we're good at this, we're good at stealing people's money. I'm sorry.
We're
So
apparently
we're going
not good at doing subtitles anymore, and we can go into a whole rant about that.
Oh God, don't get me started.
Sketch, stop. Don't. I'm gonna put you in the corner. This is not. You're gonna make me rant. No. Anyways, I'm really hoping that Warner Brothers Discovery, and maybe this would be a good thing if Paramount and Skydance bought them, is taking their success with anime. And there has been a couple series where they've done really well with them. We can agree to that. And expanding on that and trying to do something like Demon Slayer. Now, here's the thing. You got to find a series that you can do something with this. on. I don't want to say Ninja Kamui, but it did really well. So, there's an example of something where you go, is this something that we want to throw into theaters? You know, it's it's an interesting world out there. I mean, numbers, numbers. Box Office Mojo is my best friend. I look at it all the time about numbers. About 80.2% of Demon Slayer's gross is from the international market. There's a reason why some and I'll be honest with you, before COVID's, you actually started to see this a little bit. Um, these studios were starting to put movies out. They wouldn't do so well here domestically in the United States, but they would do really well overseas, like extremely well. So it made sense to make another movie. And people would be sitting there looking at each other like, what do you, why? Why? No, it's doing really well overseas. And by the way, I don't want anybody to sit here and think that I don't think that Demon Slayer did well here. It did over $100 million here, and it's still going.
It beat Superman.
It beats no. Wait a minute. My
This
article
is
is going to
exactly
explain
what he
this.
was getting into this.
My article will explain this.
Internationally, it beat Superman. It did not do it in the U.S.
Yes,
Fair.
it's
fair.
it right now. Right now, Laser, it is number 16. It's let me back this up. It's in the top 20 of 2025, and it's at number 16 right now. No. That's domestically.
Oh, domestically, okay.
Internationally, it is at number 6. I'm sorry. Worldwide, it is at number 6. So, and it's about to pass. I would not be surprised if it's already done that by the end of tonight, because there's a lot of discount nights on Tuesdays and even on Wednesdays tomorrow. It's going to surpass How to Train Your Dragon worldwide, the live action one, and it's going to be number 5. It's going to be number 5. Now, I want to stress this very much so to people that need to be putting this information out there correctly. Demon Slayer, there's a couple movies that are coming out at the end of the year. Wicked, whatever, part 2 or whatever the hell it's called. That's gonna blow a lot of things out of the water because it's Wicked. Let's just face facts. It's Wicked. It's gonna destroy a lot of movies. It's probably gonna surpass Demon Slayer, at least here in the United States. So when we talk about these things, and that's why I'm going to put out this article, is because I feel like we're not seeing the whole picture here, and we're trying to throw this information out there without being concise about it. Yes, Demon Slayer does well here. It did over $100 million. Any movie that does over $100 million, by the way, beats all the rest of the anime movies very easily and becomes the number 1 anime movie in the United States of America. That should be celebrated. It needs to be celebrated, and we need to expand on that more. But we have to also caution and be like, no, this did not beat Superman here in the United States. No, it did not beat. I don't think it did. It. I go back and look at the numbers, but I don't think it's beaten Fantastic Four. There's a lot of bigger movies it hasn't beaten, but you get where I'm going with this. So
I'm checking.
There's going to be a
right
lot.
now, Paul.
BoxOfficeMojo.com. Those of you live listening, BoxOfficeMojo.com.
That's not the one I go to.
Well, you know what? You go to the wrong spot. Oh.
But
I mean, I
anyways,
don't know where Steven goes, so I'm not going to make a.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
if he
not
goes
gonna make
either.
a decision either way there either.
If he has something I should have access to, but I don't look at, then I'll shut up. But
so domestically, it made as of right now, $125 million. Internationally, box office is $508 million, and then worldwide, that's combining both domestic and international, $633 million.
Let's see. Do I agree with his numbers? Wait, where the hell?
Okay, we're moving on. We
But
didn't
anyways.
even finish talking about the schedule, so here's the lineup updates. Next Saturday, or this Saturday, the 10th of October, pretty much the regular lineup, but no, wait. No, that's the 18th. Yeah, I misread that. So next Saturday, the 18th, pretty much the lineup that we have had, but there's a few changes because Dawn to Dawn is finishing up its first season, leaving off at a unfortunate cliffhanger, but we will survive. So the block will be Dragon Ball Daima at midnight. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War is back at 12:30. We have an hour of Blue Exorcist Shimane Illuminati Saga. One Piece at 2, Dawn to Dawn rerunning at 2:30, and Naruto rerunning at 3. And then the next Saturday, October 25th, it's not just a marathon. They are still going to play Dragon Ball Daima at midnight. That will be episode 19 out of 20. And Bleach 1000 Year Blood War will be at 12:30, and then the Uzumaki Marathon at 1 a.m. until sometime after 3 because the episodes run long. Yeah. And post Toonami upcoming will be a Gendy Tartakovsky hour with Primal Season 2 again. Why don't they ever rerun Season 1?
That's a good question.
And also Unicorn Warriors Eternal. It lives, kind of. At least as reruns.
That's better than
Where's
nothing. But
Invincible
definitely...
Fight Girl?
Yes, give me more Invincible Fight Girl, please.
Just
Dear
at
God,
least
please do.
rerun Invincible Fight Girl. Come on. Killing me.
Yes.
I think it's
I'll take
still
that
on.
too.
I think it's still on HBO Max, but other than that, sad.
Yeah.
Maybe buy it digitally while you can. It may not be long for this world. But yeah, that's the next, and those are the last two Saturdays in October, which means the first Saturday in November, which will include the daylight savings time fallback hour. It's probably gonna be a marathon. I'm just, but since there's only one episode of Dragon Ball Daima left, then it's very likely they'll play that, and then I don't know, maybe a Daima marathon or a Dawn to Dawn marathon, or I don't know, Bleach marathon.
Why not
They
all
could
of the
marathon any of
above?
these. They can marathon any of these, but I think it's gonna be a Daima marathon, like the second half of the show. Probably, because they have the extra hour to play with. Or they might not even use the extra hour. They don't always use the extra hour.
True.
So, who could say? But November, that will be interesting. Because Daima only has one episode left to air in November. And Bleach does not have that many either, unless they move on to the third part. Let me get my little schedule thing out here. Yeah. So Daima might finish on November 1st. And then Bleach will only have 3 episodes left, which would get us to around Thanksgiving. So, sure. But that definitely leaves a big hole. And hopefully they don't just rerun Daima at the front of the block.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do that.
I suspect that Daima, judging by how the marathon is, I suspect that they have a limited time to play that, and once it's done, it probably will leave. But who knows?
Interesting
You know?
theory. I'm sure
I
they
mean-
could squeeze a second run out of it.
I think Bleach has more of a chance of having a second run just because they don't have the streaming rights to it. So I could see Viz being like, yeah, you can run it again. Because, I
That's a
mean,
good
I
point.
still don't see it on the Adult Swim app. I see Daima on the Adult Swim app. I don't see that.
That is a
So-
good point.
And
We're also
here's
getting close to the end of Blue Exorcist's current arc. There'll only be 2 episodes left after the Uzumaki marathon.
well, that means there's a lot that they can bring in if they want to. But again, it's the end of the year. They don't have a budget right now. They've used pretty much the budget.
Yeah, and who's to say they'll actually continue One Piece after they finish this short filler arc, which will end episode 750, which would be potentially the week after the Uzumaki marathon or the week after, depending on if they do something.
And what I was going to say real quick too is, I wonder if they do get One Punch Man, if that'll be the same setup as what they have with Bleach, whereas they don't.
Yeah, maybe.
Where yes, the English dub goes over to Hulu, but maybe what happens is they go back to what was happening before COVID, obviously, where Toonami plays it on Saturday night and then it shows up on Hulu the next day. I mean, Warner Brothers, Discover, well, I should say HBO Max and Disney still have that bundle deal. So, I mean, it is kind of a friendly relationship there at this point. So, also, isn't Gumball on Hulu?
Gumball's on Hulu.
Yeah. So, I mean,
and chances are a regular show will also be on Hulu.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because, and I'm not going to go deep into this, but it just makes me laugh because it's like, we're talking about Paramount possibly buying them, or even Netflix was in the mix, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, Disney's right there bundling with them. Why wouldn't Disney try for it? By the way, DeMarco would love to have that connection. Are you kidding me? Do you know how quickly he would make a Star Wars anime? It is not even funny. And I would be so down for that. So
There's
down
already
for that.
there already is Star Wars anime.
Well,
more than one.
I understand that, but not the way that it should be done.
What do you mean? Visions is really good.
Yeah, Visions is great.
And there's a 3rd season of that coming too.
Just trust me. I swear to God, DeMarco would like kill it, and it would be even better than what you've seen so far.
That's a high bar, given Studio Trigger was involved.
Yeah.
Hey. I would wager a lot of money against that. I'm just saying.
I would not. I'm sure it'd be good. Better's a high bar.
Yeah, better is a very
Oh, it would
high
be
bar.
it would be good, and those promos would be just wonderful.
Now I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, see, now
you're being a little too arrogant and better when you're given what it's up against. But yes, it would be good.
Oh, I do think antitrust would get involved if Disney tried to buy Warner. That's too much. It's way too much.
They already got Fox.
But
well,
that's neither here.
That's a whole different conversation we can have, because I could talk about that too.
Yes,
you're being a very bad boy
today.
You're being a very bad boy, Sketch.
I'm not being a very bad boy. You just keep tangent.
You're encouraging me to tangent, and I don't want to tangent because then Kuro will come behind me and strangle me.
Yeah.
And you probably too.
Here to reel this all in right now.
Yes, same.
But, yeah, November could be interesting. Depending on what they have left in the tank. And one could hope for One Punch Man.
Well,
it's not unreasonable that it could show up in November. And hey, I rather like the idea of One Punch Man Season 3 airing next to Mashal Season 2. It's the overpowered guys block.
Let me bring up this one point, and then we'll get into what else we're supposed to get into tonight. We went for what? The first quarter of this year.
Oh yeah.
With not having something. Now,
we paid for it already.
Right. So whatever that something was, let's just say that it was Daima.
It was probably Daima.
It probably was Daima.
Almost certainly.
if they have some of that money left, one could say that they have something coming. So I'm not ruling anything out. I mean, there's shows out there that we've already murmured off on several episodes of this podcast, but I mean, I could see One Punch Man. I mean, I could even see Doctor Stone if they can somehow get that the new season.
Somehow.
Even though it's a long shot, maybe Fire Force season 3. I anything's possible, but again, you know, I suspect something's coming because it just doesn't make sense that they would just leave it lingering there. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, Rooster Fighter is February, right? February? Am I right about that?
No, April.
Was it what? April? Ooh, that's even worse. Ooh, okay. So
Primal might
all
be
this,
February.
they got
Maybe.
all this time, and it's like it just makes sense to me that there's something that they're gonna bring in November that'll run through.
They probably have something.
Like, yeah,
Almost certainly.
I mean,
But if
it's
there ever
gotta
was
be.
a time to pull up one of them old contracts and be like, "Hey, do we maybe have first rights to One Punch Man?" Maybe.
I mean, I think they do, but that doesn't mean that's well. Viz doesn't do that though. Crunchyroll does that. Viz doesn't price things out of the market. I don't see Viz doing that. So that's
I'm
why I
hopeful.
always. That's why I'm hopeful too, because I don't see them pricing that one out of the market. Now, Crunchyroll, if Crunchyroll was the one doing this, we're not getting it for a while.
No.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Still waiting on that My Hero Academia season.
I mean, at the rate that people are dropping Crunchyroll, who knows? More people might come back to keep on watch Toonami at this point.
I wouldn't go that far.
I know, but whatever. The guy can dream.
Paul's high on the hopium today.
Right. So
I got a lot.
just-
I got a lot
just-
of sleep. Okay.
Just lingering possibilities. It's entirely possible they already have the third part of Bleach. They already have the next part of Blue Exorcist, and maybe they can even continue One Piece into Zoe. So.
Oh,
We'll see.
that would be cool.
Yeah, Zoe's great. I
need
would
to
be
watch
I
more
would be
of it.
sad if they don't play Zoe. Whole Cake, that's a bit of a commitment. I think
Whole cake is.
I think
it
I
took
could
me
understand
some
if they
doing.
called the quits before Whole Cake, but please play Zoe. It's so good. Oh yeah, schedule stuff. We will update you if we get any more information, but all we can do is speculate for now. And that's that. Let's talk about some Dawn to Dawn. What a couple of episodes. I mean, episode 10 is titled Have You Ever Seen a Cattle Mutilation? Which feels misleading.
Yeah, just a bit.
A bit. A bit. I mean, cows are involved, but I don't think they're getting mutilated. But, so remember in the previous episode, at the end of that climactic battle with the Serpos, the three of them, they're sprawled out on the floor at school in the hallway, and everybody can see, and Ken is naked, and the other two are in their skivvies, so naturally, questions must be asked.
Yes.
And the one asking the questions. Hello, nurse.
Yeah, just a bit. I'm getting JoJo flashbacks.
Very. So this nurse, oh boy, her name escapes me. Do you remember what it is, Laser?
Nurse Crazy.
It was Queen, wasn't it? Miss Queen.
Oh God, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's at least what the other teacher called her before.
It fits.
Yeah. So she's interrogating the three of them, asking, "Hey, what happened? Were you bullied?" And like, actually, yes, the bully's in the room, but not exactly. But they somehow managed to avoid any further questioning because she has to deal with another member of the faculty. Deal with another member of the faculty. So they're left in the nurse's room to kind of think about the situation and what the aliens were up to, and the girls are lamenting how it's gonna ruin their reputations. But Momo's like, you know what? Say whatever. I don't care. And Momo's two best friends show up, and bless their hearts, they're so close to the mark and yet so far.
Yeah.
Like, you have some of these things correct. There is definitely a relationship forming here. Everything else, well, at least not yet. At least not yet. And Okarun does manage to finally explain to Momo why he was on the ground with Ira on top of him. And it sure doesn't make Ira look any better. But
Not
but
really.
he explains that he was trying to get strong without telling her, and understandably she's like, well, why did you try to keep that from me? He's like, I don't know, I want you to think I'm cool. He's like, oh, look at you want me to think you're cool. It's like, stop teasing me. Poor guy.
Poor Okarun.
Poor guy, he just has no idea how smitten she is with him. Not a clue. But this is where I gotta give Ira some props, because when her friends ask her what happened and they immediately jump to Momo Ayase being the problem, Ira comes clean and says it wasn't her. In fact, all those rumors about her being easy, I made them up. And everybody's like, what?
I
So
have
she
so much respect for her for
really
this.
took a hit to her own reputation, her perfect girl image.
A deserved hit, but also like the fact that she willingly took that on just says so much about her that honestly, this is the point at which I forgave her.
Yeah. It takes a lot to socially suicide yourself for the sake of somebody else, just to clear the air and to own up to your mistakes. And she's a teenage girl. That's a lot of accountability.
That's a lot of accountability
for an impulsive teenage girl.
This was the thing I was hoping I'd hear from Kuro about, but alas, she is not able to make it today.
I'm sure she can chime in when we talk about the final episode.
Yeah.
Oh, Ira's not really even in that one.
No, but we can just ask her. Because I understood exactly where she's because I hated Ira so much.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's a pretty common reaction. Like, screw this lady, Oh.
Yeah, it's not when she has a sympathetic backstory that I suddenly feel like, okay, this girl's not so bad. It's when she owns up to the awful things she's done.
The backstory is when I softened a little bit, because, okay, that's sad, and I liked that she stepped up to help Acrobatic Silky, but she was still like, okay, but you still did all of these things. Mm-hmm. But when you force yourself to own up to that, now that's cool.
Yeah. So later in the schoolyard, Ira's kind of off by herself because she just committed social suicide. And Momo comes over to talk to her. She's like, "Hey, go away. I don't want my friends to see you talking to me." He's like, "Oh, but I think I realized that you did come clean, and you're not so bad after all." And before they get into a bit of a scuffle, suddenly it's the Mantis Shrimp Man, just there. I guess he's here to finish the job, but he can't because he immediately collapses.
Poor guy.
He's been through a lot. So they take him back to Granny Seiko's and nurse him back to health and offer to feed him some food. And then he comes clean about the situation. He explains that, he's actually trying to make a lot of money for his son Chiquita, who needs a blood transfusion every day because, oh my gosh, this is the most horrendous thing. Every time he defecates, he loses most of his blood. Ugh.
Oh gosh.
What a miserable existence. And yet he seems so chipper all the time.
Oh yes. Actually, legitimately one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. And they have a little back and forth because Ken offers to let him take his dong and then just like get it back later. And I was like, I would help you retrieve your dong. I was like, no, this isn't gonna happen. And then Seiko comes to a conclusion that there's something very familiar about the stench of his blood. And she gives him a carton of milk, pours it in a glass, and says, "Try this." And he says, "My goodness, it's so much like my blood." So what do you know? Mantis shrimp alien's blood is basically milk. And then he says, "Well, it's not quite thick enough." And they explain, "Oh, it's already been pasteurized, but we can get you a cow, and that can provide you with unpasteurized milk."
Don't have a cow, man.
Yeah, do have a cow, man.
Do have a cow, man.
I guess Seiko knows a farmer, so hooks him up with a cow, and they take it away in their spaceship. But they don't actually go that far away.
Spaceship.
So there's no cow mutilations here. But there's a cow abduction.
Joke about cows being abducted by aliens.
You know that's exactly what they were going for.
Oh, absolutely.
It's why they've been doing it. It's a very good explanation, I guess. So that ties that up pretty well. That worked out.
Yeah.
And now they have the dilemma on their hands that they've once again destroyed their school uniforms. And Momo suggests to the others that they ask Seiko to provide the uniforms, and they ask very politely, "Oh, please, adults, with your money, please get us new uniforms." And Seiko says, "Oh, okay. I'll get it for the geek boy and the girl, but nah, you got those shifty eyes, Momo. I don't think I want to get one for you." She's like, "Oh, come on. No. You're going to have to work for it. And in this moment, she decides to make her do a impression of some Japanese performer.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah. The rocket engine valve. Doing the whole face, and bless Abby Trott for doing
Oh
this.
my gosh.
It's great.
Abby Trott was amazing this whole season, honestly. And yes,
Yep.
that's a big
Gosh,
part of it.
she's so cute when she's like trying to be like cutesy with Okaroon. It's like, come on, you gotta do the thing. So cute. And so she's doing the impression, and there's a ring at the doorbell. Don't worry, it's the normal doorbell. No evil spirit this time. This time. And she goes to open the door as was requested by Seiko. And she's doing the impression and immediately notices that the visitor is her dear old friend Jin Enjoji, aka Gigi. Which you just know her granny was totally setting her up for that. You just know. So that brings us to episode 11, First Love Transliteration. No, it's just First Love. I'm sorry. That's what I get from reading from Wikipedia. First Love. So yeah, Gigi's here. The boy that once made fun of Momo for believing that her grandma was a spirit medium and doing the spirit medium stuff. But now he can see ghosts and spirits. He sees dead people.
Indeed.
And that is because he has been staying at this house up in the mountains with his parents and is definitely haunted by something. His parents don't really notice it, but he started being able to see ghosts. And of course their thought is, oh, is it one of Okaroon's golden balls? But he doesn't think so. So what they got to do is go deal with that. But in the meantime, he's going to be living at Seiko's place, which comes as a bit of a surprise to everyone and a concern to dear Okaroon.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. That's concerning.
Yeah. And Gigi is quite the character. Quite the character. He's a big goofball.
He's an adorable goofball, but he's a goofball.
He transfers into the school with Momo and Okaroon and Ira. She's there too, I guess. She was even there when Gigi showed up at the place because she was there with the mantis shrimp, finding out about the milk.
Indeed.
But her initial thought is, oh, I see, he must be another demon. You're trying to build an army. I will go build my own army, and runs away. And Okaroon's like, good luck building your army. Bless your heart, Ken. Bless your heart.
Yeah.
I know he's just humoring her, but it's fun. But the next day at school, Gigi introduces himself. He's not a JoJo, he's a Gigi. And he that's not actually in the I know you might be thinking that was an actual line. It wasn't. It was not.
No, but that would have been funny as hell.
It would have been. Alex Von David, come on, get that in there. Come on. Our dear friend Alex Von David is handling the script and ADR for this show, and he, of course, is doing a bang-up job.
Absolutely.
Getting wonderful performances out of all these actors. Including the guy voicing Gigi, who is, what do you know, Alex Lay.
Hell yeah, sent it to himself. In a
He
very
is
similar role.
very hamming it up.
Yes.
But sometimes he can get serious, like when he actually makes a point to apologize to Momo about how he behaved as a kid and making fun of her. And she's like, "You don't have to apologize for all that." It's like, "No, I really do have to apologize for that." It's like, good job, Gigi. We like when teenagers apologize for being awful as kids.
Hey, it's hard to apologize when you're an adult. It's even harder when you're a kid.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it is a huge step to do that. Unprompted, no less.
Yes, completely unprompted. Completely unprompted, which is good. Good on you, Gigi. You're a goofball, but you got a good heart. He's also a player.
I would argue, out of all the characters, he's got the biggest heart.
Potentially. But I mean, you'd really have to get into season 2 material to dissect
Yes,
that.
that is me using everything I know, but that is my opinion in general.
That isn't to say that the others don't have big hearts.
No, not at all. I think
Clearly, Ken and Momo both have big hearts, but
I think that goes around in this cast, and I think that's what makes a good part of what makes the show work.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so Okaroon the next day is getting pretty anxious and jealous about Gigi. The teacher's prattling on about jealousy in the lesson. It's like, oh, this is a little too on the nose. But he's feeling it, so he decides to go do his solo training. His solo leveling. That's not the right guy. But Momo ain't gonna have it. She makes sure that no funny business goes on and goes to sit with him at lunch. But wouldn't you know it, Gigi shows up and is talking about like, "Hey, it's yogurt flavored Pompey. I know you love it. I brought it for you." And once again, Okaroon gets into his little funk thinking, "Oh, I shouldn't hang out with Miss Isa." It's like, bro, just last night, she was like insistent in saying goodbye. Bro, get out of your own head.
Right?
Well, enough with this teenage drama, because a sentient anatomical model named Taro starts running through the area.
Oh, this guy.
He is just making a mad dash. Nobody knows why. He's just going crazy, but they could tell this is an odd situation. And hey, maybe there's something ball related. And Momo notices there's a shiny object under Taro's groin, which she thinks is the remaining golden ball. I mean, fair assumption. Literally, what else could it be? You'll find out it's not. It's just a Christmas ornament.
Yeah, but they didn't know that.
No, they didn't. Maybe she should have thought, like, that looks a little big, actually. I don't think his balls are that big. So, yeah, they give chase, and a very confused Gigi also gives chase, and they run after this guy, and eventually Okaroon activates his powers, and that freaks out Gigi because even though, normal humans can't see him in his form, Gigi can now. So Momo immediately explains, no, that's the kid with the glasses. That's the guy with the glasses from yesterday. He's like, I don't think he looks like Doug Walker at all. I'm sorry.
Get that reference.
I had to. So they're just running, and eventually junkyard, where the whole point of this was Taro was trying to reunite with another sentient anatomical model named Hana, who was from several generations ago. So she's out in the junkyard and he's still in the classroom because he's a current model. And she's like, no, it could never work between us. You're several generations later. It's like, I don't care. I love you so much, Hana.
This is so stupid, but it actually kind of works.
It does. It's honestly, it's beautiful. And of course, as Ken is hearing him declare his love to Hana, and he's thinking what it feels to him regarding Momo, and you're getting the juxtaposition of these things, and you're like, it's like his inner monologue coming through. I'm like, oh, I'm getting all warm and fuzzy. Yeah. And this is the moments when Ken realizes, actually, maybe I do love Momo. And he becomes inspired to further their relationship. What an absolutely nonsensical situation.
Yes, very Dawn to Dawn, right on the nose.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, these anatomical models, they show up again.
Yes, they do.
They're not a one-off. I like that about Dawn to Dawn. They introduce these wacky characters and they keep them around, and
They
they
show up when
serve
you
purpose.
least expect them.
They do serve purpose. Maybe not
Yeah.
a big purpose, but still.
I think in this case that's the case.
Oh yeah, what Taro's actually capable of is a very useful skill, but like there's there's no way you would have saw it coming.
No. Even us telling you, you'll never guess it.
It's a very clever implementation. Oh, by the way, throughout this chase, Momo decides to grab onto his heart. Like, this is reminding me of One Piece. You don't got him by the balls, but you got him by the heart. And Gigi's like, whoa, he's running out of breath all the time. Like, yeah, you would too if somebody was squeezing the life out of your heart every now and then. Good plan, Momo. Fun episodes. All the things you'll love about Dawn to Dawn, the teenage hijinks, the aliens and paranormal stuff. Good times.
Absolutely.
Good times. Maybe they should have ended the season right here.
Would have been
It's not
nice.
much of a it's not much of a finale, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's a nice little moment. To be fair, where it does end off, though, it does make you want season 2.
Oh, well, yes, absolutely. I think under a certain framing, they probably could have made this work as a final episode.
They could have.
But, yeah, I don't know. I really don't like that cliffhanger.
No, I get you.
Really don't. For multiple reasons that will become evident.
Indeed. Jeff Herrera actually comments in our chat that the chase reminds him of the Roadrunner being chased from the Coyote, Looney Tunes style, and absolutely.
Yeah, and we had the William Hell.
They love using that. It's beautiful.
I don't think they use it at all in season 2.
No, but we get something else in season 2.
We get some amazing things in season 2.
Yes, we do. I just recorded just earlier some of the Saints. We did our awards show, and Dawn to Dawn season 2 got it just for that one episode for music.
Mr. AJ Tip, Gigi's just a JoJo at home.
Yes, it is.
I mean, he's not really much like any JoJo, really. At least not yet. What? Yeah, it's fun. So, Paul, what did you think of these episodes of Dawn to Dawn?
Maybe Okaroon just got to bend her over at this point and just take care of business.
He's far too polite of a gentleman to do that.
Oh, I know.
He's also far too timid for that.
Yes, far too timid.
Sir, you are very bold. He is not that bold.
No.
I don't think teenagers should be doing that anyway.
Yeah.
But, hold her hand, maybe a little smooch. And you technically kissed already. It counts!
Well, when she was in the nurse's office with him alone, like you could tell that she was like, does he really like me that much? Like he's willing to do these things, he's willing to lie just to build himself up into something just to help me and defend me. Like, I mean, judging by the trash she was dating, I mean, anything's better than that trash. But I mean,
Oh, man.
I- like I don't think she's ever. I kind of talked on the last time that we talked about Don to Don, but to kind of expand on it just a little bit more, you're starting to see like maybe she's thinking to herself, "Wow, this is what a guy really should be like to me. This is how
Yes.
somebody should treat me in a relationship." So you can tell like it's becoming deeper and deeper as we move on, which is a good thing. Now, then you get distracted by Crab Dude taking a cow with him and going back to his planet, um, which is so hilarious. Like, here, let's just give you a cow. I think I can convince somebody to give you a cow. Oh, okay. All
Have a
right.
cow,
This,
man.
this isn't like any video game that I've played where an alien takes a cow and tries to do something with it. No, I've never seen this before. No. Um, shout out to Newgrounds for that video game. Um, yes, I'm aging myself.
I'm thinking of
You guys
Captain
took him-
Blasto.
Oh my
We will
god.
eat their children, enslave
then-
their women, and their cattle.
and then there's South Park.
I haven't,
and then there's
I
South
haven't heard
Park.
of Captain Blasto in like 20 years.
Get
Holy
on
So,
my
I
grandma,
mean-
there's gonna be guts on the ceiling.
So, I mean, the references are hilarious. It's just hilarious, like what's going on in the show. So, it's you're adding this new character now for an added wrinkle, so to speak. But it's funny because they point out that this was Momo's first crush, but you don't really see her crushing on him, and it's a good sign
No.
that maybe like Okarun has had more of an effect on her than he really thinks, and he needs to kind of just understand that whatever your relationship's going to be, what you have is special, and you need to continue moving forward with that and not letting things affect you. And I really hope that we get into more of that in season 2, and I hope that even season 3 when they bring it out, which seems to be a while from now. I would like to see these two characters get together. I mean, I think eventually that strong bond will bring them into a relationship, and you know I think ending the series on that positive note would be great. um Maybe I'm just going too far with this, but again, it's so weird to go from that first episode of this series, and then it's actually got a rich story behind it that you want to see more of what's going to happen between these two characters. And even though Don to Don has its interesting moments, it's nice to see more anime do this and not just be fan service. Because this could totally go fan service. It teeters a little bit on the edge, a little bit, but it doesn't go full on fan service, which makes it a lot more appealing to somebody like myself, because then I actually want to watch it, because I don't see like big breast women everywhere pretty much naked the whole time. You know what I mean? So it's very refreshing to see that.
Queen's outfit was just the right amount.
Well, back in what was it? Back in episode 9, I mean, at the end there, where they're basically, you know,
Yeah.
I mean that could have been really bad, but they didn't make it so bad that it made you cringe.
No, they played it for laughs.
No, they played it for laughs, but it also what they were. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not like I didn't feel like they sexualized them. Is that the best way to say it? And that's
Yeah. Some might disagree,
some
but
might disagree, but I think I don't feel like not to use this reference, but I don't feel like a Sword Art Online esque thing. That's where I guess I'm going with it. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's yes, but it's not. And I like that because I don't want a series just to give me fan service or to, you know, try to get somebody to like it because which makes me want to throw up in my mouth that these girls are underage, kind of thing. So I like when a series does that, and I think Don to Don is doing a very good job of that, and hopefully it continues.
I think it will continue to be a good adaptation of the manga, if nothing else.
Indeed.
But I
Very
haven't
true.
read ahead, so I don't know past season.
I've only read a little bit here and there. I have not gotten ahead yet either.
Hmm. Steven, what did you think of these episodes of Dawn to Dawn?
They were great. Yeah, I liked it. I don't know if let's see. Yeah, I don't know if they were supposed to be like that first one was played off as an aftermath, kind of like what happened with everything going on, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was okay. It was like, okay, here's what happened, here's what's going on. Funny that the milk is a kind of blood replacer, but how do you know what your blood tastes like? Do you drink it on there? It's like,
He's also a vampire.
yeah, it's weird. Um, cool, kind of like them taking the cow up in the ship, and it's like, oh, there goes in. It's like the ship is shaped like their kind of head, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. Um, that was fun. The next episode, I I like whenever they put the William Hell overture in because
Oh, yeah.
it's a cool thing, and then it's their own twist on a cool thing. So I like that. Whenever they play it, something's cool's going to happen, especially when they're running because the animation is gorgeous whenever they run. So
Yeah.
it feels like something is actually there, actually happening. Um, interesting enough that I'm not sure if there is that connection, but with Ultraman Taro is named Taro. Taro is an interesting name and kind of from what I read in Japanese language, it's kind of like the Jondo, uh, kind of like Japanese. So it could be that, or it could be an Ultraman reference. There are a lot of Ultraman reference in this show, so it could be an Ultraman one. Hana was not a reference that I could find anywhere if it was anything. But you know what? It is cool to see those two together and love each other and find love in the junkyard. Um, not often do you find love in the junkyard, but those two
Ken
did.
Bloom, Love Bloom on the junkyard.
Yeah. Did you see that
Should we be
sunset?
concerned about the age gap?
Oh my god.
It's
Taro
beautiful.
likes older women.
Mhm. Um, but yeah, that sunset when they met each other, it was like fated that those two are supposed to be together. Um, it was so cool. Okarun just like discovering his feelings at that point that it went from him from friendship to maybe it's something more. Watching these two inanimate objects fall in love, maybe meaning that he could fall in love and someone actually likes and cares about him. Um, it's all there. Uh, I don't I don't want to get into that thing of what Paul was talking about about the sexualization of like the characters and everything, but I mean it does need to be said. Is it weird? I don't know. Um the way they play it off, it's not. Uh it's not weird. It's funny. It's like these it's kind of like um the goofball version of like what's going to happen. You know something's going to happen. You know they're trying to like get together, but they are all getting together in all the wrong places in all the wrong ways. And it's like, okay. Um and it's funny it's played off like that. I mean, there are certainly other animes out there who do it in a whole different weird way, and it's like, SAO did it a bit. A few scenes from there was like,
Parasite did it and just went for the jugular.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just keep thinking of Leafa and Alicization against that one chick that sent out all of the thorny tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Like,
gosh.
why?
The
Just
slime
why?
monster.
Man, I used to actually like Sword Art, and then Alicization happened.
I still kind of
Yeah.
like it, but man,
I mean, I kind of like it.
that
still,
was
but
that scene was apparently more graphic than it was in the novel.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Jeez, A1, chill out.
I wonder what goes through someone's head when they decide to do that. Like, do they like go and say, you know what, let's go for the gusto and put it all in there? Let's make this thing like really into it. Or is it like one dude like saying, I'm going to get my break. I'm finally going to get my break. And he's like, drawing intensely. You see him scribbling like,
It's one
a
dude.
manga artist. Yeah, it's probably
it's
is.
one dude. It's probably not.
Or is it one studio?
It's
It's one
yeah.
studio.
Wait, did I just go there? I'm gonna run away
Mm.
now. Excuse me.
But yeah, I mean, great episodes. Whenever they can throw in a William Hell overture, I'm a big fan of that. I like that. Aside from that, yeah.
All right. Have any additional thoughts, Laser, that we didn't cover?
I think I've opened my mouth plenty about it, but it's a fun time, fun characters. I love that we've got our characters, growing and changing as the situation does, and the fact that the show still eats paste just makes me happy. Like a living anatomical model chasing after another one that he's in love with. I mean, okay, Don to Don, but it's fun.
It's very fun. It's fun and often unexpected.
Yes,
And
that
so
never stops. At least as I've seen.
this is basically the breakdown. So people are like, "Ooh, it's a love rectangle." No. It is two or more triangles. Right? It's two or more triangles because Okarun and Momo do like each other, but if Gigi likes Momo, she doesn't seem to be reciprocating. And Ira also likes Okarun, but he's not reciprocating there. So maybe he's being too friendly. I don't know. Don't lead her on, man. Keep the focus. Yeah.
It's kids
Hey.
being kids.
Hey, you can never have too many waifus, okay?
That's the
I like how there was crickets there and no one was
I love
saying
that. That's
anything.
hilarious. That's
I didn't
hilarious.
know what
That's
to
I was going
say.
for. That's what I was
too
going
many
for. I made it.
too many waifu and your laifu.
Yes.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Too many waifu
But
meeting
yeah.
up with Yandere.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, Momo and Gigi. Momo seems entirely uninterested in Gigi. He's just a goofy goober, and they're old friends. That's all it is. But GG, well, that's more getting to the next episode, I suppose. And we will talk about that another time. They're kind of busting up our format because we'll only have one episode of Don to Don to talk about next time we talk about Don to Don. But I guess that's
Indeed.
okay. It will be a season finale, and we'll probably have additional thoughts on those sorts of things. And even though they're doubling up Blue Exorcist, it actually works out because they have no Blue Exorcist the next week, but they do wear bleach. So it keeps us on track. I'm just sad because I thought we were going to get a week off.
No week off for you.
No week off. Nope.
No rest for the wicked. And speaking of no rest for the wicked, yeah, sure, good enough. Let's talk about Dragon Ball Daima, Laser.
Indeed. We start episode 15, The Third Eye, with a bit of a recap of the hero's arrival in the first demon world. And they're under intense fire from the Gendarmerie. Goku comments that he thinks guns are cheating. Sir, they're military. They consider you an invader. Shooting is very fair. Especially given it doesn't seem to do anything to you anyway, so who's cheating again?
Goku just doesn't like laser beams.
He shoots them out of his own hands all the time.
That's different.
It's Ki Blast. I guess that's true.
It's different. It's not a laser.
It's different when I do it. It's not a laser, says the laser kid over here.
Exactly.
The heroes are split into two groups as they dodge incoming fire. Not far enough away that they're split, but like they're on opposite ends of the little alleyway where they're trying to not get hit. After an explosion, Goku actually seems to get hurt from like electrocution. Glare says these are more than regular weapons. Oh, I guess it can hurt them. Goku doesn't like that, and I don't blame him. But shoes on the other foot, Goku. You're not able to just one-shot these guys? Gotta get used to fighting again, huh? And not just dominating.
You'd think he'd enjoy it.
You would think.
But lasers
Goku-
are annoying.
Lasers are annoying, man. I don't like them. Goku then whacks a Gendarmerie ship with a power pull. Oh god, the animation on this. Love the kineticism in this. Give me more! I'm so spoiled as a Dragon Ball fan. We're not used to this.
No, we're not.
Vegeta's tired of hiding and says that these pea shooters won't work on a Saiyan like me. Bro, you just saw it work on Goku. Are you okay? And at first, he actually does pretty well. He's dodging, not getting hit, taking a bunch of the Gendarms. But of course, as soon as he's hit, well, he too suffers electrocution. Yeah, bro. You saw it happen, and now it's happening to you. Vegeta,
And then he asks for a bug.
He wants a revived bug. He must
Goku finally gets
really
somebody
be
to
hurting.
eat a bug.
The bug evangelism finally paid off. It does work. Vegeta's back, but he's like, these cowards and their guns. Vegeta, of all people, you'd go in with an army of people and just go like wipe out a whole planet that's way underpowered compared to you.
Whoa. No. It was just him and Nappa, like, all the time.
Well, yes, but I mean, they would go in and wipe out a whole planet of people who were nowhere near their ability to fight them.
True. But they didn't bring an army. They brought a whole...
Yeah, well, Frieza did the army, that's fair.
Yeah,
But
Frieza
yeah,
did.
like, you shot beams with no equipment. I mean...
It's different!
It's different. Okay.
The Gallic gun is not a real gun.
I
mean, that's not
see.
even what it's really called. That's just what they called it in the dub.
In the old ocean dub, but it's somehow still here.
Well, it sounds cool.
The same dub that called it a Kamehameha. But Goku's like, this is gonna be tough. Gomon is not sure I'm watching this, and he's for once is gloating. Oh god, he's so peel off.
He is very Pilaf coded.
Oh god, it's so great. But while he's spying on our heroic crew, he eventually sees Hybis, and something takes his attention. Hybis's belt buckle has an eye on it, as we know, but apparently that's the tertian oculus they wanted the Dragon Balls on Earth to give them. And Goma freaks out in a different way than usual. Instead of, oh god, we're gonna die, it's, whoa, what I'm looking for is here. Back on the battlefield, there are explosions and blasts aplenty. The greatest victim of all Dragon Ball is shown to have plenty of damage. The scenery is indeed toast.
Not just the plane this time.
Yes. One of my longest running jokes with friends and me who watch Dragon Ball is the true victim of all Dragon Ball fights is just the scenery.
It's true.
The Gendarmerie are eventually forced to flee as their equipment blows up. Gloria leads them towards the last Tamagami in Goma's palace. Of course, they don't get there right away, but that's where he's taking them. Once they get close, the Gendarmerie are still alerted and set off an alarm, and there's a bunch more of them. Degasu is shocked at the discovery of the third eye, as he had thought it was lost for ages. But Goma recognized it because he saw it pressed on the forehead of the Supreme Demon King Abra, who once ruled before Dabra. Once again, abracadabra. Thank you, Toriyama.
And bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo and abracadabra. You gotta love it.
Both of you go to the corner, please.
Hey, Toriyama did it, not us. We're just pointing it out.
Lies. Go to the corner.
No, this is what he's known for, buddy. This is what Toriyama does. I miss him already.
I'll allow you to continue.
Degasu doesn't see how the thing is there. Or rather, doesn't see how it is a tertian oculus. It doesn't look any different from any other eye. And he doubts that some rando guys just could possibly just claim the thing. But Goma's not sure about that, but he orders Degasu to get up by any means, so long as it's discreet. The show goes on to give us a narration about the third eye, or the tertian oculus, if you please. The third eye adorned the foreheads of Supreme Demon Kings for generations, and was instrumental to their rule. When worn on the forehead, the tertian oculus grants the wearer incredible magic power beyond pretty much anything else we've ever seen. And I totally see we're veering into Dragon Quest writing again. God, I love this show for that. The Supreme Demon King's Abra's rule was well, let me. I don't know what I was
during the Supreme King.
Yes, during. I can read my own notes, I swear. Yes, during Supreme Demon King Abra's rule, the eye was stolen and thought lost forever. See, Dabra had one of his people go and steal it for him, and then send him off to go. I'll get it back from you later. And the agent did steal the eye, was caught in the accident, had to flee. He managed to get out to the Third Demon World, and then just got killed by some guy in the Third Demon World, some random ruffian. And the eye just kind of got loose. Just kind of hung out for however long. Dabra didn't seem bothered by this, though. With the third eye gone, he was totally able to overthrow his father, King Abra. We knew he was a predecessor, but man, father-son relationship, dang. Of course, he would be defeated and turned into a cookie by Majin Buu, who ate said cookie. Or as the show said, he was beaten and eaten. Power then fell to Dabra's Vice Supreme Demon King, Goma. Much later, Hybis just happened to find it just kind of sitting there, and he put it on his belt.
It's
just by luck.
Just by luck, stumbled upon an eyeball out in the wilderness.
Out hanging out in the wilderness, like, oh, this will look great on my belt, and put it on his belt. If it was anyone about Hybis, I doubt it, but this is he is in fact that kind of guy. So
That is definitely a Hibis kind of move.
very on brand. Well, with our info dump over, our heroes prepare to enter the palace, but are set upon by massive tanks. All right, now we can say it's unfair. And of course, they don't say that, but Goku
I
said
don't
us.
know. Vegeta and Nappa took out some tanks and jets pretty easily in the Saiyan saga.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Goku does ask Neva why he ain't never helping them, despite his great magical ability. I mean, he made the shields of light. He's got to have a lot of power. Neva's just like, yeah, I'm too old for that. I just came here to help you talk to Dragon Ball. This is your problem.
Like, well, we don't need you for that. I'm like, oh yeah, can you speak the language? How about you, young Namekian?
Oh gosh. So, random demon lady shows up and talks to Hibis, and she wants to trade for that belt. Well, she offers to pay him. He doesn't want any money, but she's like, well, what about a trade? I could give you a kiss. What would I want with that? Oh, Hibis. That is just so cold. But he does like her very interesting hat, and so they make a trade. She's like, I got what I was after, but all it cost me was my pride. Ow. I wish we had a name for her because she's fun for this segment.
Yeah, she's just a
random demon lady. I literally
lady.
refer to her as treasure demon.
Well, she's voiced by Sarah Weidenteff.
Well done. Well, they continue to be shot at by Gundams, who pin them down. They're trying to figure out what to do. They have two kind of competing plans. We could just wait them out for the power to run out, and or Piccolo's like, I can just go out there and regenerate, and keep them busy. But Neva shoots both of these down. Well, he shoots one down, and Pan shoots the other. These blasts could still kill you if they hit a vital organ. And then you can't regenerate, so that's out. And I gotta say, life or death stakes in Dragon Ball? What is this? The 1990s? Joking aside, I love that we actually have something that's actually a threat to our heroes, because that doesn't happen too often.
Also, these things can fire for 10 days straight.
Yes, that's what Pansy brings up next, because yeah, we're not gonna wait that out. That's just not gonna happen. Both plans have been denied.
Wow, who designed these things? Gunpei Yokoi?
It's got the Game Boy's battery life.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Dr. Arensu ponders her orb. Looks at her Dragon Ball, while Majin Buu and Do are asleep. She says that everything is going according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan.
Translator note.
Yes. Goku's had enough of all of this, though, and goes on the offensive. Vegeta and Piccolo join in, but that's when even more tanks show up, charging giant laser beams, and it looks like this is gonna be bad. It could be curtains for everyone, but just before those shots can be fired, some things fall on it that then explode. It's King Kadon has come as backup with all his people. Anyone else getting Final Fantasy IV vibes of all the people we've helped coming out and helping us? Gotta love that.
A little bit. Hey, it turns out him showing up with his troop was actually a very good thing.
Yes, and Pansy told him not to show up. I'm glad he didn't listen. It's a really exciting scene. It's probably true. But yeah, it's a very exciting scene. The music's all exciting, and then the music cuts because the ship gets blown up. And
well, it's a ship. What do you expect?
Yes, in Dragon Ball Daima, ships get blown up. But there's concern that he's dead. Nah, he ain't dead. The gang's all fine. Everyone ventures forth into an intense and awesome action sequence. This is so freaking pretty. So much action, so much fighting. Kadon and Pansy are father and daughter blasting stuff like Gendarmerie
I
together.
love it.
You
They're
gotta love
doing
it.
the Rocket and Groot thing.
Yes, they are. Goku goes Super Saiyan, wrecks some more face. Wonder what took him so long to decide to do that. Goma's freaking out. Degus says things seem pretty dire, but we still have the Gendarmerie Force. Ah,
Oh
yes.
yeah, those guys are going to be real helpful.
That's my confidence is restored, and Goma's got about the same feeling we all do. Goku says Kadon and company know how to make an entrance, and much laughing, and we get to the ending credits at that point.
Classic anime ending. Somebody said something. Ha 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 ha!
Yes, we're in an 80s and 90s cartoon now. And that leads us on to episode 16, Degasu. The Gendarmerie are beaten, and it is decided that rescuing Dende is actually priority 1. Meanwhile, Degasu goes to take the sleeping Dende, which makes Dende cry in the process. The palace gates are closed, and our heroes are met by the Gendarmerie Force! These freaking dorks. I will never get over Force Member 4 doing a V pose, which works so much better if he was number 5, by the way. Just like, you're 4, but you're doing a 5. Why?
Well, you do have to have a V to make it, but you need another body.
You need a guy next to you, or get a weapon next to you, yeah. Or at least
Yeah,
put your
just
arm
like a
down.
big gun, like a cannon.
Yeah, just hold a big gun and put it down like right next to you, and then you got a 4. That would work.
Gotta work on your showmanship.
Ginyu Force are very sad this day. But to show off how powerful they all are, they smash a potato chip bag.
That's even sadder than the time that Mr. Satan broke boards.
Yes, at least that was something of.
Or the telephone book.
Oh yeah, again.
Ripping the telephone book with my bare hand.
At least,
right. To be fair, that is difficult.
That is actually quite difficult. It's a physical feat of some variety. Eating potato chips is Vegeta asks if anyone knows these clowns, which is just great. Vegeta just goes out. He's gonna take them all out. This has to be therapeutic for him. The Ginyu Force bullied him, beat the heck out of him. He was terrified of them. Now you can just take this wannabe Ginyu Force, the Temu Ginyu Force, and he just like destroys them.
Yes, he does. And all the while they think, this kid ain't nothing. You know what? I think maybe actually they did defeat Majin Buu.
Yeah, that's one of the best lines. The captain is a little less pathetic than the rest. A little. He charges a fireball and launches it forward, and then when that doesn't work, he makes a bigger fireball. At least he attempts to, but one of the other ones hits his hand with their weapon and smushes his hand, causing the thing to shoot prematurely and go astray. And now his hand is hurting, and he is done. And they're all tied up. And then Goku asks for some chips, and the captain gives it to him. That's kind of great, honestly.
You want some of these chips? You should. They're awesome. I like that exchange.
I did too. I was gonna
Goku, no, they're trash flavored.
Goku like, oh, that's even better. Oh god. Well, the lady who's got the Trishinoculus is trying to find Degasu, but she's lost in the palace, and the soldiers are all panicking and not responding to her at all because, well, we're kind of dealing with a major invasion. She is freaked out by it all, but money's calling her. Goku and company enter the palace to rescue Dende. Degasu sees them from a tower while holding Dende and freaks out. Much walking, no one knows where to go. Goku decides, you know what? No. Let's just sense Ki and find Dende. Good job, Goku. Why aren't you just using instant transmission to go right to him? Well, we'll just chase him down instead. Except for Pansy, who's fell behind and struggling to catch up. Oh, look, it's me at a convention sketch. Goku catches up to Degasu and demands Dende. Degusu threatens Dende with a gun. They're like, hey, but if you stay back, no one gets hurt. So Supreme Kai asks Degusu, what is he after? And I had so much expectations for what this was going to be. But he wants to become the Supreme Demon King.
He just wants Goma's job.
He wants to be the Frieza of the demon world, and that is just so pathetic. He could have gone for so much higher. Again, this would be like if Supreme Kai is like, I'm gonna be Frieza. I'm gonna take over Frieza's empire. Like, that is so below him. Supreme Kai tells us, what do you think you do as, Supreme Demon King, as a Glend? But Degus is like, I don't want your lectures. It's a natural for a Glend to seek higher status.
I do like Goku being like, yeah, I don't really know what you do either.
Yeah, and the answer is very, well, I balance things.
I watch over the mortal realm. Okay,
but and then of course we go, oh, you're too ambitious. And I'm like, that's not really ambitious enough. If you're gonna be an evil, so we've been hearing as fans for a long, long time about the Makaioshin. Kaioshin being the Japanese term for Supreme Kai. And Makaioshin being the demonic Supreme Kai, basically. And how dangerous and powerful they are, and just how scary they are. And when we first saw Degusu, I'm like, oh, he's manipulating the shit out of Goma and doing what this is a cool character. I want to see. And this is just sad and pathetic instead.
Yeah, he's not really manipulating Goma at all.
No, but that's what I hoped he was doing, because we again.
I mean, we all hoped.
The
Goma's a goofball.
Goma's an absolute moron. So to have, the power behind the throne be way worse, that would have been really cool. But no, he's about as much of a moron as Goma is.
He's Starscream.
He is absolutely Starscream. In fact, Goma actually sees what's going on and is like, why are you leaving? What are you doing? Have you abandoned me? And then he pulls a Scrooge McDuck and does a thinking circle, really, really fast, running in a circle in a actual circular pattern. It's kind of great.
But then he's like, he must have some kind of plan.
Yes, must be.
You're such an idiot, Goma.
Oh god, he's so dumb. Pansy tries to sneak in to rescue Dende, but doesn't quite make it. But you know who does? Hymus with his new hat! It hits Degusu right on the face. Of course, it's not actually Hymus, but that's what it appears to be at the moment. Dende is rescued by Pansy, who grabs him in midair. Piccolo knocks out Degusu right away. And it turns out it was Glorio that threw the hat. It was Hymus's hat, though.
Hymus's head is now getting cold.
Yes, Hymus is like, my head is getting cold. Dude, you've not had a hat this entire time. I think you'll be fine. Well, Dende is rescued. Now it's on to the Dragon Ball. Goma initially cheers. That's what you get, traitor! Ha ha ha! Wait, I should be celebrating a moment now. Returns to panicking, running in a circle. But that's when the lady with the third eye arrives and says she was supposed to give it to Degusu, but she doesn't know where he is. Oh, Goma's much happier now. She tells Goma a sob story about how hard it was to get this, that she tried to trade her hat, and
whatever, take whatever it is.
Treasure room's over there. Take out however much you want, I don't care. Straightforward. Two very happy demons. Degusu does the walk of shame in custody of Kadan's people. It's decided they should go get the last Dragon Ball before fighting Goma. Yeah, well, about that, there's no Dragon Ball.
Yep, ain't no Dragon Ball inside that Tamagami.
Nope, they ask about it, and he tells them that it is in the hands of the rightful victor. What about the wrongful victor? Or just the normal victor? The one who works down the street at Costco? No? Okay, I'll see myself out. Dr. Arensu appears and tells us that she's got the Dragon Ball, and Gloria's got that stress going on. He's got that select because he knows what's going on. Back with Goma, he is struggling to get that eye out of that belt. It is no small task, and this is such great animation and so funny. And eventually, he solves the problem with a plunger.
Yeah, he just he gives up for a second, goes to use the restroom, and then he's like, "Oh."
Well, the great about it is like that's not gonna work, and then it totally does.
It totally does, but it doesn't work as well as he was hoping, so it keeps falling out of the plunger.
Yes.
And I'm like, "Oh,
this is
oh
some
no."
Looney Tunes shit right here.
So now the eyeball has definitely touched poop.
Oh yes, if it hadn't before, it has now. Well, Goma
And he
has
makes the
the
demon girl pick it up,
yes,
stick it on his
now,
head.
The now loaded treasure demon girl. She's got so much treasure on her. Like, hey, yeah, I need you to put this on my forehead. And she's just like, she's not worried he's gonna take the treasure back. He's like, no, that's fine. Put it on my head. I'm not doing that. Do it for this much money. I'll do it for twice that much money. Done. And so she does it. She puts it on his head. There's a little bit of a. It kind of doesn't want to go in. She's got to push it and push it back in as it pops out. But eventually, it seems to take root. It's really creepy, and Goma begins to change and bulk up. Thank you,
Whoa. Why is he? Why do? You know what he looks like, right?
Yes, he looks like freaking Jiren.
Yeah.
I was gonna save that for the end, but yes, he looks like Jiren. Again, thank you, Mataba Life. Treasure Girl freaks out, and it's big Goma. She runs out, and yeah, Goma Jiren? I mean, that outfit always kind of looked like Jiren, but now he just straight up looks like Jiren.
He looks like Jiren with a stupid face.
It's Jiren except for Goma's head.
Yeah. It's just like you put Goma's head on top of Jiren.
And that is where the episode cuts off. Very ominously. We have a real threat now.
Oh, great. The Goofy Goober is now terrifying.
He's
Wonderful.
a Goofy Goober with power. That's actually really scary.
Oh, Mr. AJ Tibbs had a great comment. And I thought this too, because Goma told Degasu to get the Tertianoculus. And I thought that Degasu was disguised as the girl, but no, it was just someone he hired.
He hired her, which
it would have been way more entertaining if that was the case.
Given that he's a goofball anyway, yes, it would have been a lot funnier.
But he was too busy.
He was too busy
plotting things against a baby.
Like, if you wanted to be Supreme Demon King Degasu, it would take you 20 seconds. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
You could have just easily orchestrated a coup.
Yep. Even Starscream managed that much.
Oh, some days.
He's done it like twice.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, Steven, what did you think of these episodes of Dragon Ball Daima?
Great episodes. I don't know why they need to play that opening intro again, just restating everything.
They didn't always do it, and then once they decide to do it, it's just like all the time.
That's not central to any plot, right? There's nothing
not
that
really.
No, not at all. My understanding, because I've heard some things about this. The reason they do that is because they're trying to make it appeal to complete newcomers. They're like, here, you don't need to know anything.
Okay, get that.
Yeah, but you could have cut it out of the Toonami broadcast and actually run the full opening.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that for sure.
Because they have not been played the full opening.
That is a shame, because Jaka John is a real beat.
It is. Let's see what else. Finding an eyeball in the middle of a forest. That's like weird. And it's like the one person to find it uses it as a belt.
It's the most unusual
it's not that weird. The only thing that's weird about it is that it didn't attack him. Finding an eyeball in the forest and getting attacked by it, that's not that unusual, really.
I think we're kind of borrowing from Lord of the Rings here. It's the Hobbit finding the One Ring.
Yeah, and he just wears it.
And you can't tell me the Hibis is not a Hobbit. I mean, look at the guy.
Like, did he
Hibis is
actually
definitely a hobbit.
receive some powers from that eye?
No?
No, because it wasn't attached to him. It was attached to the belt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean the belt have power?
Oh, he's a common
It
rider.
might have, but it had no intelligence, so we couldn't do anything with it.
He's a common rider at that point.
Oh man, I'm just imagining him spinning the eyeball.
Oh my god.
He's either Kamen Rider Zets or Kamen Rider Ghosts who use icons. Let's see what else. Then at the end, this Degasu just turning into like, not Degasu, Goma turning into like this giant hulking figure, and it's like
Got swole.
it's like impressive. Like, oh man, this eye. He's telling the girl to put the eye in the middle of his forehead. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think I can figure out where the middle of my forehead is. I mean, you could have did it unless you had like short arms.
He's a dum-dum.
Yeah.
No,
then-
actually, you can't put it on yourself. I believe that's a rule.
Okay, it's one of those. So he turns into this hulking figure, and he turns it, and then he still has that goofy face, and it's like, oh, I can't take you seriously, dude. It's like he still got that goofy face.
face.
He's got an eye in the middle of it, so he amps up the power a little bit.
Now he's extra
But
goofy.
Now he's just extra goofy, and it's like, is anyone going to take him seriously? And then how does that all relate to these 3 Dragon Balls that basically they needed them for the wish and he wanted them, but now what was it? The other team has 1 of them. They have 2. Like, where is this all heading? Because you eventually something's going to go on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where it's heading. It is interesting to see how the plot lines go. And one other thing, I've been keeping track of all the red title cards, because every letter is a red has a red title card. I don't know what it spells, but people in the Japanese, because it's doing it both ways with English and Japanese. The Japanese spells something very interesting. So when we get to that final one, I'll say what it says.
Neat. Yeah, I look forward to that.
Let's do I. I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that at all. All right, Paul, what do you have to say other than the animation is good?
I really hope they cleaned that eyeball before they put it on him.
They did not. They absolutely did not. It literally just touched a plunger.
Yeah. No wonder he's so frustrated.
He's gonna get pink eye.
I was gonna say that. That's why the beams coming out of his eye are pink. Okay, anyways. Oh Lord. I need to go to bed.
You and me both, buddy.
I mean, you guys have basically said what needs to be said when it comes to these episodes. I mean, you won't let me say the thing. The animation's great. It is what it is. You know, I just really hope that we get more episodes of Super and in this animation, because I am just... This is how Dragon Ball needs to be going forward.
Oh, absolutely.
And...
Well, Paul, what did you think of Degasu's whole ambition? You thought it was stupid?
Everything he does is stupid. Are you kidding me? It was stupid of him to fucking... Like, what made you in the first place think that it was smart to go to Earth, revive the Dragon Balls before they're supposed to be revived, and then wish for these guys to become kids
You're really more speaking
when
about Goma in this case.
well, right, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's like
Yeah.
how,
Yeah, it was a bad idea. It was a terrible idea.
like they never even knew you were around, and
Yeah,
by
and
you
now
doing
they
that,
definitely know.
yeah. So what made you think that they were going to come there in the first place? They didn't even know how to get there, let alone who you were. So it's like, uh, okay. So yeah, everything that he's
You
doing is
created your
stupid.
own problems.
The only smart one is what's her name over there that's trying to get
Arensu.
all three. Yeah, that's trying to get all three Dragon Balls. At least she has a plan, and at least she's sticking to the plan. Like, well,
It's a
she
basic
tries to.
plan, but it's a surprisingly good one.
Yes, but as we all find out, as we all will find out in the next couple episodes, the plan doesn't always go according to plan. Um,
No, it does not always go according to Keikaku.
No, it does not.
no,
But
No
Goku will
one's
take a
Keikaku.
potato chip and eat it.
Absolutely.
I do. I do. Now that Laserhead pointed out the fact that he didn't use instant transmission that one time, and I'm like, yeah,
He went
it
to the
doesn't make
trouble
any
of sensing
sense.
Gende's energy. Like that's step one.
No, no, no.
Goku,
That
Goku,
that's
Goku,
too much for
Goku.
Goku. Okay, come on now.
I guess he can't do it as a
By the
kid.
way, let me remind you. Okay,
No, he can. We saw him use instant transmission.
Yes, he can. Yeah, you're
Okay,
right.
it's just dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb, but let's remind everybody that Goku is a kid. So when lasers hurt him, he gets a boo boo, and boo boos to kids are not don't make them very
This
happy.
is my
So
problem with Goku's characterization in Daima. He seems extra stupid.
Yeah,
And maybe you could argue his brain capacity is now smaller, but
you could argue
I mean,
that.
wasn't
I
he?
could, if they made a point of that, that would actually be really funny.
But
But
wasn't he like that?
but the rest of them are just as competent as ever.
yeah,
But I know
Okay, maybe
GT.
not Vegeta.
Vegeta's
I
just
know
allowed his arrogance to run, which is not
I,
unseen for him.
I know GT hasn't technically happened in the grand scheme of things at the moment, but
GT
you know,
doesn't happen in this. Like,
well,
if
Yeah.
with this and Super, there's no GT.
well, right, but
Oh,
so
that's a good point. Goku is way more competent in GT as a kid.
yes,
Honestly,
that's
even
where I was
just
going with it.
take even just original Dragon Ball or where he was, after defeating Majin Buu. And this is a problem you get in Dragon Ball Super as well. There's a bit of a flanderization of Goku to be stupid. Now, Goku's always been a little slow, but he's not stupid.
He's a country bumpkin, but he's not stupid.
It's a weird thing because I talked about this before, with how Goku just in the Buu saga is very unlike Goku outside of like other sagas and even now Daima and Super. Um, the dude is the most serious that I've ever seen Goku be, and he's not like the fun Goku or the stupid Goku or whatever you want to characterize him
I'd
as.
say it's true for the Cell arc and even the Frieza arc as well. Honestly, Z as a whole, really.
But Boo, he just seems like he's
The
he's
happy
down to be
lol haha I'm Goku. That's really
yeah.
original Dragon Ball. That's not really a Z era Goku. With exception because no one is one note. He had his moments in Z, sure. Even in the Boo
Yeah.
arc, he had some of the sillier moments. But that's not his norm in Z. But
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that, but I think what it is I guess what I'm trying to say is he's at his most serious and his most like
I heavily
what's the
disagree
word?
with that. I'd say the most serious that Goku ever was in the Cell arc, specifically when he was dealing with how to deal with Cell, didn't know what to do, thought all was lost, trying to train Gohan, and then sees a way to do it. That is the most serious Goku's ever been. Because he takes that incredibly serious. He concocts this whole plan to push Gohan to defeat Cell because that was the only option he could find. That is the most serious I've ever seen Goku.
Yeah. He's
When
not
Goku's
really that serious
plotting,
in Buu Saga.
when Goku
Yeah,
is
no, but-
making plans, that's more serious than he is anywhere else.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of times in Boo where he's like making plans, and you're not
plan
used
that he
to.
made, and the only plan he made in Boo is, hey, I could take out Majin Buu, but then the next generation's not going to rely on me, so I need to let them do it, which turned out to be a huge mistake. But that's the only plan he came up with in Boo.
Well, actually, the huge mistake was Toriyama not actually pulling the oh my god, the lever on Gohan and just letting him be what he's supposed to be.
Well,
but we
no,
didn't
I
even
agree
get
with
into
you
that.
there, but we're
You
talking
know.
about in universe, not out of universe. Yes, I
True.
really do wish that Gohan
Why
had stayed the
didn't Gohan defeat
I mean, he does
Super Boo?
I mean, don't get me
Because-
wrong, he does
because
it.
popularity. That's really why.
I know,
But-
and it makes me mad.
Me too.
But I mean, I mean, we eventually do get the Gohan
get
we
Superhero.
want now.
Yeah, Goku's
Yeah,
plan
so-
in Buu Saga was, okay, we're going to train the kids how to fuse.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. By the way, replacement dad, you do it. So, but yeah, I mean, I do like this. I do like what Toriyama has done with this series. I'm
It is
And I'm-
it is the last gift he ever was able to give to Dragon Ball fans, and it's a dang good one.
and it sucks that we're not going to get any more from him, but
It
I'm hoping
does, but honestly, this is the most Toriyama Dragon Ball has been in like 20 years.
true.
If not longer.
I just
Probably
hope that
longer.
I just hope his successor does more of Super, which it seems like from what we've seen out there, there's going to be more of it.
Probably asterisk, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and I think they would be.
There's
stupid
been an
not to.
internal battle, but it looks like that's starting to settle down.
Yeah,
Looks like Torishima got his way.
yeah. I just the one thing, and again, for those that haven't seen it, I don't really want to bring this up yet, but that certain thing that happens in the next couple episodes.
We'll
That
get
we've
there when we
wanted
get
to
there.
happen.
We'll
Boy.
get there
Right.
when we get there. I'm not
I
touching
really-
the 10-foot pole until we get there.
I really, really hope that if he's gonna do Super, somehow in a new chapter of the manga they explore that, because I would. And by the way, I just want to see like Beerus's face by like when he does do that, and Beerus is like, "Wait, you were
Let's
hiding
not
that
get
shit
into-
from me?"
let's not get into speculative on things that haven't happened yet.
Oh man, the things I could say about that, but we'll get to that.
Oh,
later.
I could absolutely, and we will when we get there.
Believe it or not, I actually kind of forgot about that.
I could see it.
I was even like,
Son
how
of a
many
bitch.
episodes are left? It's like 4 episodes are left. What have they got to do? Like, oh, right. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
even know
no,
what you're talking
there
about.
is a because we're already in him. Well, yes, a big thing is coming. Half of you already know what it is, but there is a big thing, giant asterisk coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
But-
not
Having
just
fun.
Goma, who is currently quite big.
Yes, Goma is indeed quite big.
And quite pink.
He's red.
Mm,
But he
not
probably
as
has
but
pink
anyways.
Ooh.
Well, we now know why he's so powerful.
Power of pink eye compels.
All right,
you.
all right, get me out of here before I like say too much more.
Right. You can email us at podcast@toonamifaithful.com. You can follow us on facebook.com/toonamifaithfulpodcast and on Twitter @toonamipodcast. You can listen to the podcast on just about everything, including Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Deezer, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Podbay, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Radio.com, Spotify, and the TuneIn app. And you can also find every episode of the podcast to stream online at the same place they found the encrypted clinical trials on Lazarus, soundcloud.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. Get the latest news by following @ToonamiFaithful.com on the Blue Sky and @Toonami News on Twitter. and read the news, views, and reviews on ToonamiFaithful.com. Steven, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me on all social media platforms under MXA Ghosts. If you want to follow me, give me a follow. If you don't, I don't care. Yeah, I stream, I do stuff. Yeah, it's whatever.
Steven, I would follow you anywhere.
Just like I'm following you.
Ooh. We've got quite the
I'm
following
scared.
going on there.
By the way, if
Like
you
the
are
following.
following me, by the way, if you are following me, do you want to take care of 3 kids?
I could.
All right, come on in.
Is this the
I'd rather take care
fellowship
of
of
your
the
cat.
ring?
Oh no. Nobody touches the cat. No.
Hmm. Laser, tell the folks where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at LaserKid Prime. You can find me on Blue Sky at LaserKid. And you can find me on my podcast, The Sound Saints, which we just finished recording our awards episode for the previous season, the summer 2025. That should be out soon, probably about the same time this is. With all luck, anyway.
Paul, tell the folks where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on social media at Paul Pascrillo on Blue Sky and on X/Twitter. You can email me Paul Pascrillo at ToonamiFaithful.com, or you can email podcast at ToonamiFaithful.com instead of all the spam that we seem to get there. And
Boy, we get nothing but spam.
yeah, that's about it. I mean, one thing I do want to kind of plug is on our Patreon, I'm adding some of my own content there every once in a while. So those of you that are on our Patreon, or those of you that are thinking of joining our Patreon, we are slowly adding more content there as well, so you guys can listen to that as well. Not all of it'll be Toonami related. Some of it will be, but yeah. And Sketch, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Sketch1984 and also on the Blue Sky, search Sketch1984. And I mentioned it on the previous podcast, but now it is definitely out on YouTube, so you can hear me talk about 2B Hero X with some folks from Toonami Squad on Samster299's channel. That video is up. And it is almost 3 hours, so strap in. We talk about the whole season. It's a very good show. I highly recommend it.
And now you have a beautiful mic to use to do these things.
Yeah, pity I didn't have it before then, but I think my old Blue Yeti is fine. It's just time to move on. Time to move on. So hopefully all y'all's like how it sounds, because it's here to stay.
Oh, does Sketch
Oh, yeah.
like the new mic?
I do like the new mic. Very much so.
Mikey
I like
likes
having
it.
a new Mikey, he likes it. Mikey.
You're welcome.
Like cereal, the ad that never stops giving. So yes, thank you all for listening, whether you tuned in to the live stream or clicked on it after the fact, or are listening to the podcast at the usual podcast places, of which I already told you where you can hear it. We always appreciate your listenership. Be sure to share the podcast with your friends if you think they would be interested. And until next time, have a cow, man.
Oculus on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Clean it first.
Please do.